ちょっと脂肪分が高いんだよね。今回は半分だけにしておいてあげるよ。
半分だけ。
美味しかったんじゃないんですか、ビルス様。
脂肪分の取りすぎは体に良くないからね。
One video clearly wasn't enough to contain the hype that happens when anime gives one character all the budget, all the power, and none of the restraint. So we're diving back into the deep end of broken power scaling. This is volume 2 of when the strongest character in anime flexed too hard.
くそ。どうやって。何もせんうちから己を捨てるな。さて。
なんだ。
If disrespect had a poster boy, it would be Madara Uchiha in the 4th Great Ninja War. Shinobi are scrambling with coordinated strategies, and Madara just casually decides to open an extinction event because why not? He calls down a massive meteor from the sky, and it takes everything Gaara and the others have to just barely stop it. For most villains, that's the final attack. For Madara, that's the warm-up. He looks down at them like a scientist watching ants survive an experiment and asks, okay, but what would you do about the second one? Then another meteor drops. No charge up, no dramatic countdown, just pure, unfiltered, you're not on my level energy.
Hey! 行かせるか。
どいてもらおうか。
はい、そうですか。なんていうわけねえだろう。調子乗んなよ、一年坊主。
いいや、僕の命令は絶対だ。
ビハインドパスか。逆サイドにパスだぞ。ナイスパス。エンペラー。
Didn't expect this one to be on the list now, did you? Well, let me tell you why. You see, Akashi turns a high-stakes basketball game into psychological domination. His Emperor Eye allows him to read muscle movements and predict actions before opponents even think about them. The result is devastating. Players lose balance, stumble, and collapse from broken rhythm alone. His most iconic moment comes when he crosses an opponent so brutally that they fall to their knees, helpless to resist the overwhelming control he exerts. Akashi doesn't overpower with physical strength, he overwhelms minds and bodies until the court feels like his personal domain. And that is power, my friend.
領域展開無料空所
何も見えん、何も感じん、何もかも見える、全て感じる、何もできん。
皮肉だよね。
Jogo has been built up as this terrifying curse, a walking natural disaster. Then Gojo decides it's time for a field trip. He takes Yuji along, lifts the blindfold, and the entire vibe shifts. The screen quality upgrades in real time, and suddenly we're inside Infinite Void, a domain where information overload freezes Jogo's mind in place. Jogo can't move, can't think, can't even properly panic. He's just stuck in cosmic lag. What does Gojo do? Nothing. Just rips Jogo's head apart. It was a live demonstration of the power ceiling, presented by a man who clearly hasn't even hit his own.
貴様が本気だと言うなら見せてやろうないこの強靭がI am atomic.
In most isekai, the protagonist wants to be a hero. Sid Gargano wants to be a walking urban legend with a nuclear special effect. During the battle in the capital, he sets up his own stage, barrier and all, not to protect civilians, but to make sure his performance has good lighting. Then comes the line. No screaming, no emotional speech, just a calm, theatrical whisper, I am atomic. Ooh, the eargasm. The sound cuts out. Time feels like it stops, and then the entire area detonates in a pillar of purple light, leaving behind a crater where a city block used to be. It's dramatic, ridiculous, and so overproduced, it loops back around to being incredible. Aizen vs the Gotei 13 isn't so much a fight as it is a live demonstration of why you never challenge the guy who's been 10 steps ahead since the prologue. Captains are unleashing giant bankai, firing off elemental dragons and elaborate strategies, and Aizen's just calmly walking through all of it, barely inconvenienced, as if he's got somewhere more important to be. The real cruelty hits when Hitsugaya thinks he finally did it. Blade through Aizen's chest, rage, victory scream and all. Boy oh boy. When the illusion shatters and it's revealed he stabbed his own friend. That's not just winning, that's rewriting everyone's perception of reality and letting them watch themselves fail in real time. Gon's confrontation with Neferpito is one of anime's most haunting power-ups. Instead of gaining a new ability, Gon sacrifices everything he could ever become, his future, potential, and adulthood, to manifest the power he believes he needs. His body matures instantly, eyes hollow, aura violent and unstable. Pito, once the Chimera Ant's nightmare-inducing enforcer, suddenly looks helpless. Gon drags her outside to limit collateral damage, then unleashes an onslaught that's far beyond a typical shonen beatdown. Even after Pito dies, he continues attacking with chilling calm. Gon doesn't win, he burns himself out to settle a score, leaving behind one of anime's darkest examples of absolute power. When Alucard's restraints finally drop to level 0, the battlefield stops feeling like a war zone and becomes a personalized apocalypse. Instead of transforming gracefully, he unleashes a tidal wave of blood that engulfs London. From this ocean rises the countless souls he devoured over centuries, forming an undead army under his command. Crusaders expecting a holy confrontation instead face a nightmarish spectacle. Millions of ghouls, a sky drenched in red, and Alucard standing at the center like a demonic conductor. It's grotesque, overwhelming, and one of the most cinematic displays of unrestrained supernatural power in anime. It's a reminder that Alucard was always less a vampire and more an event. Having fun? Well, give this video a like to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Virus-sama, どうぞお召し上がりくださいませ。
これがね。これは。おいしいんじゃない？
この星は。
でもね。
美味しかったんじゃないんですか、ビルス様。
脂肪分の取りすぎはね。
また星が一つ消えましたね。
Dragon Ball built an entire legacy on screaming, beam struggles, and power-ups that shake the cosmos. Then Beerus appears and resets the standards with a flick. While trying alien cuisine, he dislikes the food and taps the table with a single finger, an action so casual it feels like nothing. Yet the result is half a planet exploding into space dust, shocking everyone present. Beerus doesn't posture, doesn't shout, and doesn't even stand up. He simply demonstrates that his power exists on a scale different from anything the series established. Goku and Vegeta spend decades pushing their limits, and this hairless purple deity casually erases celestial bodies because lunch was disappointing. The disrespect is astronomical. Next is our human Beyblade. We've seen this one too many times, but it's so good that it deserves every mention. Levi rockets through the smoke at blistering speed, slicing Zeke's limbs apart before the Beast Titan can comprehend the threat. The choreography blurs as Levi hacks through muscle, tendons, and eyes with machine-like precision. Zeke, whose confidence was over the roof a second ago, evaporates instantly. The final boss of the battlefield is reduced to a helpless hostage in seconds. Levi doesn't taunt, doesn't hesitate, he simply executes. When he drags Zeke from the nape like discarded trash, it's clear humanity's greatest weapon isn't walls or technology, it's one furious Ackerman who refuses to lose soldiers to a coward's arrogance.
地震だ。でかいぞ。収まった。もう心配ねえ。それがどうした てますよ奥様。
父親が我が子をおぶる姿のように。
In the Baki universe, physics bends around the strongest creature alive, Yujiro Hanma. When an earthquake strikes during one of his rare peaceful moments, Yujiro doesn't protect himself or others, he gets irritated. He plants his feet and punches the ground with such overwhelming force that the tremors halt immediately. Scientists later analyze the readings in disbelief, trying to understand how a seismic event simply stopped. For Yujiro, it's another routine demonstration, as if the earth itself obeyed out of fear. He constantly proves his strength against fighters, animals, and armies, but stopping a natural disaster with raw force elevates him into a category beyond human. It's not bravery, it's dominance over the planet itself. Even near death, Whitebeard remains a force of nature. During the chaos of Marineford, he grips the very air as though it's solid and unleashes the destructive might of the Gura Gura no Mi. With a seismic crack, he tilts the island and the surrounding ocean, creating towering waves and sending both marines and pirates scrambling to stay upright. The entire battlefield shifts under his command, as if reality itself buckles when he exerts his strength. Whitebeard doesn't really rely on cunning or trickery, just overwhelming physical power that reshapes the environment. Even in decline, he proves why the world once feared him as the strongest man alive. His flex doesn't just intimidate, it physically shakes the world. Following up on Gilgamesh, Ryder's noble phantasm is an awe-inspiring reality marble, an endless desert battlefield supported by an army of loyal spirits. For most opponents, it's an overwhelming advantage. For Gilgamesh, it's barely worth acknowledging. With calm disdain, he draws Ea, a weapon whose swirling segments look more alien than divine. When he unleashes Enuma Elish, the reality marble tears apart at the seams. The battlefield collapses into a void, Ryder's mighty army is erased instantly, and the king's final charge ends in tragic futility. Gilgamesh doesn't overpower Ryder through numbers or tactics, he erases the very world his opponent relies on. It's the purest display of superiority, reality itself gives way to his authority. Then we have Wang Ling. Wang Ling spends most of his life suppressing absurd levels of power just to blend in, but when Sun Rong dies, his restraint unravels instantly. Overwhelming energy floods the world as he rejects the very timeline that led to her death. Rather than reviving her directly, he triggers the formation of an entirely new universe and prepares to overwrite reality. Time, space, and casualty buckle around him like flimsy props. Only outside intervention prevents complete erasure of the original world. When the timeline resets successfully, Sun Rong lives again, unaware of the cosmic disaster narrowly avoided. Wang Ling doesn't simply defy rules, he casually rewrites them, proving the world exists peacefully only because he allows it.
おい、なんか変な感じだ。
変な感じってどういう。
ああ C 班との連絡が取れないんだ。
あの
三島修造。
三島！
Crushing her way onto this list is Makima. Makima's power reveal is terrifying precisely because of how calm it is. Far from the battlefield, she stands before a line of blindfolded convicts at a mountaintop shrine. For each target, she speaks a name, has a prisoner repeat it, and performs a subtle gesture. Instantly, miles away, that person's body implodes into a smear on concrete. No visible attack, no warnings, no sense of direction for enemies to react to. While chaos erupts, Makima continues the ritual with such composure, eliminating foes like she's checking off a list. Her strength isn't loud or dramatic, it's remote, inescapable, and indifferent. Anyone she focuses on isn't fighting back, they're simply waiting deletion. That's the list. Gods, monsters, mentors, and even high school athletes bending reality just to prove a point. Let me know in the comments. Just try not to turn it into a full-on war zone, alright? If you enjoyed watching these characters break the game, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. In case you missed the first part, links in the bio, make sure to check it out. Until next time, stay overpowered.